Good evening. This is Dr. Latha. Wants to share a few insights on strategic management. In the previous session, we were discussing about what is a strategy and how strategy has got evolved and in what way the strategy is more applicable for organization success. Today's class, we are going to move on to the second important unit, which talks about the competitive strength of an organization, which we refer as competitive advantage, and how it becomes essential for an organization's reputation in the market and sustainability in the competitive business world. So, when we talk about this competitive advantage, it is a favorable position which an organization enjoys in order to make more profit when compared to their rivals. So, this particular concept was the outcome of the professor Michael Porter, who has conducted research. He is basically a Harvard Business School professor, and during 1980s he has conducted many researches with reference to the strategic models and theories, and ultimately he contributed to the business world an important model which speaks about the competitive advantage. And according to Michael Porter, the companies, all organizations need to analyze five important criterias, which he called it as five important forces to gain an understanding for the competitive landscape. And Porter also talks about the SWOT analysis, which is actually the scanning of an environment, both internal and external perspective, so that the organizations will try to balance and bring out success out of it. So when we talk about the competitive advantage, it is with respect to what is the scope which we enjoy in the market space and to what extent we are unique when compared to the competitors. So whether we are targeting a broader market or whether we are focusing on a narrow target. So this is actually the first important thing which a business organization has to consider. And the next important thing is what is the competitive advantage which the organization is going to expose to the market, where the customers or the entire market will get attracted towards. So when we talk about the competitive advantage, it may be with reference to the cost factor, where the cost of production will be on the lower side, and since the cost is reduced, ultimately the pricing of the product will be reasonable for the customers. So when the customers are being offered with a product that is being reasonable in pricing, they will be more attracted towards it. So this cost leadership and cost focus may give a competitive advantage to an organization. And another important strategy is differentiation, how different you are in giving a product. There may be a number of competitors who are revolving in a market, but certain organizations are having a long survival in the market because they are trying to create newness to the product and they are trying to prove their uniqueness. So the differentiation process makes the organization more advantage with respect to facing the competitiveness. So the differentiation focus and the cost focus are the main important criterias which may give an ownership for the competitive advantage. So this is one important thing which was contributed by Michael Porter, and he considers it as the most significant factor for bringing about success in an organization. So this is actually, we spoke about the SWOT analysis, which talks about the environmental scanning, and it is with reference to the internal and external factors. So in the internal factors, and another one more analysis is pest analysis, which talks about the macro, external environmental factors like political, economic, social, technological factors. And internal factors, the thing is, internal factors are controllable, whereas external factors are uncontrollable. And the management should always try to map themselves with the available factors, and they have to take adequate decisions where the organization can explore the best opportunities from the environmental side. So this is also another important area which a businessman has to focus. And the SWOT analysis will help the management to take strategic decisions and try to plan the business process in such a way where the strength and weakness of the organization's internal resources will be utilized in such a way and try to explore the opportunities that are available in the external market. So this is actually the Porter's five force model, which is actually a very strong strategical tool, which talks about the competitiveness, and it tries to take into consideration that what is the bargaining power of a supplier and the bargaining power of a buyer, and the threat of new entry products and the threat of substitute products, and what is the strength of the competitors, the rivalry, competitive rivalry. So all these factors, when studied on a coordinative manner, will give an indication to the business, and it will help the management to take right decisions and to bring about changes with respect to the organizational context, so that they are in a better position to face the market and try to challenge the competitors. So these are the things which Porter five force model tries to focus upon. And when we talk about the competitive advantage, as we have already discussed, the cost leadership, any organization which is successful in bringing down the cost and maximizing the profit are considered as cost leaders. And the organization which is capable of giving a unique product to the market and try to imbibe the uniqueness to their business model are called as the organizations which are successful in adopting the differentiation strategy. So, whatever it is, the focus should always be on a particular aspect, whether either it is with product or service, and the targeted niche market should be able to be delivered with the right product, which gives the organization a better sustainability in the market. So these are the techniques which has been advocated by Michael Porter as the competitive advantage techniques. And when we talk about the strategic groups, it is actually a group of companies in an industry that are being characterized with various strategies, and it is based on the market position and the type of products which is being delivered. So when we talk about the strategical groups, it may be industry based, product based, market based, or geographical and resource based. So in all these areas, the strategical groups which try to refer with reference to a group of companies within the same industry that have similar characteristics and strategies. For example, a group of fast food restaurants that use a similar drive-through model. And తలుపు మూసుకుంటారా So the strategical groups, which were classified on the basis of industry base or a product based, market based, everything is being done with reference to a targeted orientation where they want to prove their successful journey in the business world. And when we talk about the dimensions of this strategic group, it is with reference to the market position, where the product or services fit into the continuum of either it is luxurious products or it is a basic needed product. So that tries to give the positioning in the market, and in turn the way the product is classified, categorized, and how it is being delivered by using the distribution channels, and to which specific customer segment the company targets the products, and what is the cost structure that is being established, and how best the technology is adopted for the manufacturing process and for distributing the products, and how, in what way the branding is done. So all these are the various dimensions that will try to favor strategical groups to prove themselves in an excellent manner of doing a business. So these are the various steps how to identify your business with respect to an industry, and try to focus on the strategical dimensions, try to collect the necessary information, and you try to map yourself so that the outcome of your business is going to be the best for the society. So again, this is Porter's diamond model, which is formulated for the purpose of national competitive advantage. So when we talk about nation's competitive advantage, it is a combination of all the factors. It tries to satisfy the economy, political, social, cultural. So all aspects need to be ranked when we try to assess the national competitive advantage. So this is what we call as a diamond model, where it talks about to what extent the demand and supply is getting equated, and how far the industrialization is moving in the right direction, and whether the industries are providing the excellent products, qualitative products and services to the market, and in turn, they are contributing the major part to the economy side. So these are the various things which is being focused under the national competitive advantage model. So the diamond, this is otherwise we call it as a diamond model, which talks about what is the demand position for an organization for its products or services, and what are the factors it tries to take into consideration, and to what extent it tries to challenge the rivalries. So as far as India is concerned, there is a competitive advantage, and there is also a great anticipation that India is going to become a superpower, and in all areas the productivity is getting improved, and of course the startup India, Make Up India, all these are the various targets which has been fixed by the government, and technically and I mean by strength wise, so we have a good human capital, so that is going to act as a competitive advantage for India in order to bring out many products at a lower cost. And when we talk about the capabilities and competencies, it is again the distinctiveness which you prove. That is, you have to give an extraordinary product or a service that is going to stand in the market for a long time. For example, if we talk about safety lockers, usually our mind gets synced with Godrej lockers. If we talk about, I mean, mm, any product, the company should come to our foremind. So such kind of a business, we call it as a competent business, and they enjoy great capabilities to dominate the market. Next is the what is the core competency which you try to evolve? That is, as we said, the Godrej they are producing so many products. They have a different product lines, but whatever it is, when it comes to these safety lockers, or store wells, usually Godrej comes into our mind. So that is what we call as core competency. So any business organization need to be recognized with the core competency area. And when we talk about the building blocks of competitive advantages, at any cost, we have to try to maintain the quality and try to be the first to supply the product to the market. The early bird gets the first worm. So, in such a manner, when as business organization, when we are capable of supplying the right qualitative product at the right time, we will be the first to be received in the market. And the cost of production should be controlled so that you can give the pricing of the product which is more acceptable and reasonable for the customer side, so that the customer responsiveness will be more, and try to always be focused on creating some innovations with reference to your product. So the distinctive competitiveness is the high-ended level where you try to promote your product and you try to say that this is special about. So when we say it is distinctive, it is something special where even a competitor, your close competitor, finds it very difficult to copy. These are some of the examples where the Sharp Corporation is expertise in producing flat panel display technology. And Toyota, Honda, Nissan, they are focusing on low cost, high quality manufacturing capabilities. That is their market cycle. And Intel is from Intel company tries to design and manufacture more powerful microprocessors for PCs, and Motorola is actually it is a defect-free manufacturing the cell phones. So this is how the distinctiveness need to be followed, and it has to be sustained in the business competency. And when we talk about the competitive advantage, it should be for a long tenure. It should become a part and parcel of the market. Then we can call that we are in the race or we are always ahead of our rivalries. So sustainability, the competitive advantage need to get sustained, and all this has to be built as a strong building blocks, as a strong pillars for making the organization stand still, even though there are many competitors in the market. So with this, I like to conclude this particular session. Hope so. The session is clear. And if there is any doubts, you can get it clarified when we go for another session. Or you just post it to me where it can be solved.